career in a new town. Here we go. We're going back to city SimCity. I haven't played this for a while, but yeah, a new career in a new town. I've started this place. It's in the middle of the desert, so I have very creatively called it Desert Town. I'm looking today at self-help meditative books, meditation books, but they really they need to be usable in the day-to-day life. Otherwise, what's the point? So here's my town. And it's starting to grow quite a bit. I've got 63,000 people, and I've got a big casino over here. Yeah, we're making some money. I haven't done a SimCity for a while. I'm also going to work a little later on a video about the connection between Hollywood actors from a specific era and some German philosophy. So I think for now here we've got a lot of, we're just going to let this develop a little bit, because there's a lot of houses that I've put in here which could develop, I guess, and then maybe I can increase the land value somewhere. You can see it's quite from that angle it looks quite busy. There's quite a lot of houses. The little moments of enlightenment that we pick up, and maybe as the word goes out and the story grows, sometimes this can be reflected down here in synchronicity or luck or some magic doings. So what I do down here is I fight my battle from this moment, because I don't know what the next one will be. It doesn't hold much interest for me. It's always about the here and now. And if you think of it that way, that's really all you have to think about. All you have to think about is the here and now, because that's kind of the way it works. Things you have to deal with, for me anyway, the psychological things are in the here and now. Are these houses, they kind of look abandoned, but they're not. They're not abandoned. It's surprising, I've got some shops here, but this street seems to be extremely quiet. Why is it so quiet? The thing about SimCity, of course, there will always be a great demand for houses. Look at that. I don't think I will ever be able to get rid of this demand. It's just too much. There isn't much demand for anything else except some factories, which is cool. Perhaps that demand, perhaps what they mean is they'd like you to start building somewhere else as well. Maybe that's why there is this huge demand for residential. Maybe what they would like you to do is to start putting houses over here. I'm not going to do that right now. At some point I'll probably get rid of all these fans here because I quite like the way they look, but they're taking up so much space. And I'm using a microphone which is not my best microphone at the moment. It's not bad. It cost me about £7 in a shop. It's the lowest of the low in terms of microphones, but sometimes you don't really have to pay an awful lot to get something that will do the job. And the reason I'm doing this video is because I have this need to be occupied. The need to be occupied with something. I was thinking about this the other day. Why do I need to be occupied all the time? And I was thinking I also need to give my opinion on things. Just had a long conversation with a friend of mine on my opinions about 20 different things. And it seems, I mean, it's quite nice to give your opinions on things. It can give you a sense of importance or something. I don't know. Somehow there's some adrenaline or something starts to go when is released when we start to give our opinions and stuff. But there are times when I wish I didn't give my opinions, or didn't have the urge to give my opinions on anything. We have this need to be heard, but I wish I was more aware of my limitations. I mean, what's it all for? Why impress? It makes us feel something, I guess. And if you want experts, you just have to go to YouTube. YouTube is filled with experts. But who can you trust? Uri Geller? It's just as bad now. I mean, people believe almost anything they're told. When I look at YouTube, all you need is to have some letters after your name. If you're a doctor of anything and you're wearing a white coat, then not only can you say just about anything, but whoever watches that on YouTube will quote that with unflinching certainty that what they heard was true, because the person saying it is either a doctor or he's had some connection somewhere or other with some grand organization like the space program, or NATO or NASA. Doesn't matter what that connection was. It doesn't matter if he was a janitor. As long as he was in the building, people tend to bestow an awful lot of weight on what certain types of academics say. Quite amazing. There's a few people on YouTube, the conspiracy guys into the Illuminati and things like that, and I'm sure that a lot of them are just they really don't believe anything they say. They're just doing it for the sake of getting, well, lots of views and lots of likes, maybe making a living on the thing. Anyway, this town is beginning to grow, so I like that view. You can see it's starting to develop in the middle. Money wise, we're doing 30 grand. and our population can really, the population can go a long way up. I'm gonna put some things there, right? My mistake is I try to impress instead of just doing what I want to do. For instance, what I'm doing now, my mind is half focused on SimCity, and otherwise I'm rambling, but I'm rambling in a, well, in a kind of relaxing way for me, because this is the way I kind of ramble anyway. I find this good for me. But even as I talk, I find myself, there's a little sensor in the back of my head which is, there is this, a red light switched on saying on air. And that's something I wish I didn't have. See, I'm still conscious of the fact that somebody's going to be listening to this at some point. Because of that, I may have to listen to this again myself before I decide whether to upload it or not. And although I'm pretty sure I'm not going to offend anybody, I still need to check myself, censor things. I'm still not free and spontaneous in the sense that I could just do this, and as soon as I'm finished, after let's say 30 minutes of this, I just upload this without any reflection. I let it go. But my mistake is I try to impress. I wish I wasn't as I wish I wasn't as into the amount of views and things. I wish I didn't click on my channel every other day to see, has anybody looked at this or that? Have I received any comments on this and that? It's almost like it's an obsession. When it'd be far more beneficial, it'd be far more healthy if I just uploaded stuff and never looked back. Never look back, and if comments come, yeah, sure, I can look at them. And then maybe in 6 months or a year, I can click on my channel and just kind of scan down and see. Well, I remember uploading these sequences of SimCity that was done a year ago. Oh, and then I would either have views or not, but I wouldn't be a big deal. I should be doing it. It's just because I'm enjoying the process of doing it. To be above it all. What does it matter? I have to inspire myself. I suppose we all need to become in terms of art anyway, self-absorbed in what we're doing, and it should be that most of the pleasure lies in the process, in whatever we're doing. And you don't really spend much time thinking about how something is going to be received. That's hard. That's very hard to do. And you also, whatever you do, you don't set yourself out to simply try and make things that will become popular even if these things are things you don't like or enjoy doing, but you do them because, hey, if this person or that person, this musician or that actor is topical at the moment. I mean, I could release a video, let's just give an example of, today is the 12th of March, and although it's not really topical at the moment, the Fine Brothers trying to copyright the word react. I could upload a video about that and how they got no business doing that, and I could upload a video giving my response to all those videos of people just watching and reacting to other people's videos and what I feel about that. But I don't want to do that. I would only be doing it with the sense that, well, perhaps if I do this, my views may go up, but what would be the point? There's been more than enough comment on the Fine Brothers. They don't need any more comments. Right, I'm going to speed this up because I realize at night time here can't really see anything until you're down on the street level. This is my little fire department, and I haven't given my fire department very much of anything. I'm going to give it something now. What I'm going to do as well, now that I'm here, over here, I'm going to give, yeah, I'm going to give myself another fire engine. I'm sure we can do it. I'm sure we can do with as many of these things as possible. Now that I've put in the casinos all over the place, there's probably going to be a crime wave, so let's just prepare ourselves for that. Things are going quickly. Just go down to the calmness of this field. And the big casino. Yeah, every time I think I have an idea, I also think about the audience. And that's a problem for me, because it shouldn't really be about pleasing anyone. It should be about doing something that you want to do yourself. But the want to be recognized is very strong. But like I say, I'm kind of working on it. That's why in this type of video, I think it's pretty clear that the way I'm doing this is not going to appeal to everybody. I'm talking about stuff that may be going to bore the pants off a lot of people. And it's morning. Also, I'm doing a video on SimCity, which is probably well and truly past its sell-by date at this point. I don't know if anybody's still doing videos with this game. Now, these buildings are abandoned. Why? No shoppers and too much crime. They may come back. Upgrade. Excellent. Busy. Busy town. Time passes. Time passes. But time passes and we keep thinking of different things to do. And one would wonder, is the moment ever enough? Is the moment ever enough? So, that wraps up this little experimental piece. And although I'd like to just upload this, I'm probably gonna, like the idiot I am, I'm probably gonna have to listen to it back, because I'm terrified of coming off as being really repetitive and stupid, and I'm sure that's the way I have come off. But you know, damn it, that's the point. Is I shouldn't be bothered about coming off as repetitive and stupid. I know for a fact that if this thing gets more than 5 views, it's probably doing well, so who gives a shit? The main person that's going to pick up something from this is probably myself, because I hope to watch these things, not in the near future, but maybe in a couple of years when I've completely, totally forgotten about this moment. And then maybe when I'm on holiday or something, I just kind of I have my laptop and I stumble across this video and I go, oh, I remember that day, the 12th of March. It was a Saturday, and it was 4:30, and you were doing this in the afternoon. You were trying to come up with a new format for doing stuff, a new format for kind of ranting a little bit. Not ranting, no, I'm not angry about anything. I'm not ranting. I'm trying to keep my mood from changing and rearranging. I'm trying to find something that helps me to pass the time in a nice way. And as I'm passing the time and as I'm engaged in an activity, I'm also doing something which is to some extent creative. And in order for that to be something I can keep doing, of course, the task needs to be just difficult enough to make it not boring, so that the time goes past, but not too difficult that it causes inner angst. And what I'm doing here, to me anyways, is a little like that. It's a little like that. So if we find something in a book that's going to help us in our daily mood, if it's going to help us, some meditation or some philosophy, it needs to be usable in the day-to-day running. It needs to be usable in the day-to-day living. Otherwise, what's the point? And on that meditative note, I will say adios for now. But hopefully, if I like what I've just done, because like I say, I just don't have the spontaneity to simply fucking upload something, I'm going to have to delve into it and see whether I like it or not. But if I do, I'll upload it, and it'll be the beginning of a series of such things. Me trying to do some SimCity or City Skylines, and also talking. Thank you and goodbye.